Affordamac, A.J. Albert's Plumbing, Core Trust Bank, ICC Restoration and Cleaning Services, Merritt Chevrolet.
Alright, everyone, we're here today to talk about our tee and toss drills that we do on our day 2 of hitting. When we're at the high school, we usually do this in our wrestling room. We've got a pretty focused, small area, and guys can come in there and get 10 minutes of hitting in. We're here at the Bielenberg Fieldhouse. As you can see, we got a lot of space here. You got tons of room to do this. If you don't have a lot of room, you got a tee, you got a little soft toss area. That's all you need to do this. Our day 1 stuff is really focused in on our bat path and taking the right approach with our hands and getting them in the right spot. This day 2 stuff is really set up to work on getting some extension, a tough thing for young players to do at the high school level and below. We want to focus on really finishing off of our front leg, not bending our leg and jumping out, but getting a power stance and finishing out here with some good extension. And that's what a lot of our day 2 stuff is really focused in on. So Dylan here is going to show us the first drill that we do, and we usually do about 9 reps of this. And this is where he's going to have his back leg up, and he's going to work on really driving through the ball and getting some extension. So give us a look here, Dylan, and show us if you can do this right. You'll see he's finishing out front with a firm front leg. He's really going to drive the ball up the middle. He's going to do it one more time here. And again, front leg's got to be strong, get some extension driving forward, really drive that ball to center field. And he's going to do a rep of probably 9 of these, and then he's going to move on to our next one, which is going to be a front leg balance. And this one is really set up with 2 strikes on you. You get fooled by an off-speed pitch, you get caught out front, and the only thing that's going to save you here is your hands, keeping them inside and really driving the ball up the middle. And the goal of this, if you're really good at it, like Dylan just did, was to keep your balance the whole time. Most kids are going to fall over when they swing. If you're really good at this, really balanced, good hands, you're going to stay standing as you do it. This is really going to be a key in helping you hit off-speed pitches even when you're fooled. Good hands are going to help you get hits when your body's out of position. Our third drill is going to be working on the corners of the batter's box. And this is a toss drill. And we have a rough batter's box set up with a few corners here, and Dylan is simply going to set up diagonally with his legs squatted down, and he's going to just work on his hands and his path, driving the ball to center field, getting extension as he finishes through the front of his swing. Someone will be tossing to the middle of his body and a little bit out front of him as well, so he can work on getting that extension. And you're going to be doing probably about 5 of these this way, and then he's going to turn the other way and do it 5 from the other angle in the batter's box. So we'll give a few here to him and see what he can do. Now he's going to switch sides of the batter's box. He's going to stay down. This is a tough one. Kids are going to want to loop around on this because their body is cutting them off on the bottom half. You really got to make sure you get your hands in tight, and then you extend as you get out front. And the whole key to this is to make sure hands are good, getting that extension out front. We're going to use a mini bat on this drill. You can see his bat's a little shorter. The key to that is you really have to keep your hands in. If you use a regular bat, you got a bigger barrel. This mini bat really focuses you in on getting your hands to the right spot and then driving through the baseball. Our next drill is going to be, again, a mini bat drill, and he's going to work on using just his top hand without a tee in this situation. We're going to toss to him, and regular stance, regular swing, just using that back top hand and trying to extend through the baseball. Not cutting himself off, but extending as he's hitting the baseball. And again, mini bat is good for this because it allows him to really focus on getting some extension and driving through. A big bat with a big barrel is going to allow him to cheat on that and not do the work that he really needs to do. Okay, the last one that we're going to do in this day of work here is going to be 2 tees involved in the drill. One that he's going to hit the ball off of, and another one that's going to be right behind it. The whole goal of this is to keep his hands in the right spot as the tee behind it is going to keep him from looping down below. And then after that, he wants to get to the ball and he wants to drive through it to center field when he does this drill and get some extension. We're going to lower this just a little bit. And if you see them hitting the ball down on this drill, we really want to see them try and hit it on a line and get that ball in the air to center field. And so he's doing a good job on that swing of really getting to the ball and extending through it. Some kids you're going to see, they're going to try and wrap around to get around that back tee. They might hit that back tee because they're getting really loopy. You want to stay short, 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 and then drive and extend through the baseball using that front half and your hands. Okay, so those are the drills we do on that second day of tee and toss. We'll alternate day 1, day 2 with our program here. And usually we do anywhere from 6 to 9 reps for each one of those. So it's a pretty concise 10 minutes of hitting, and then the kids are done. They stay focused, they get their work done, and then they get out of there. And then we go into some BP rounds in the cages, or if we're outside, we go to batting practice on the field and maybe some live stuff depending on what we're doing.